going to solve this problem valid Sudoku with the another method. As I told in my last video, I am solved this problem using only for loops. In the last solution I have solved this problem with using hash set. So now what is the question is saying, we have 9 by 9 board with the characters, and each row is 1 to 9 and column 1 to 9, and the subgrid 3 by 3 is 1 to 10 without repetition, and a Sudoku board is partially filled, so it is partially filled as it is shown in the image, and only the filled cell need to be validated according to the mentioned rules. So we just need to check the element which is only filled. So we just don't need to check the dot element or the other element, that is other character. So we have to only check for the valid numbers that is present in the matrix. So what we are going to do, we just travel the matrix using the I and j. This is the common method. So we have 9 by 9 matrix, so we use n 9, and we are going to increment the I. Let me replace it and now we going for this column j is less than 9 and j plus plus. And what we are going to do, we just check if first we take out the element. So our element is the character, so we check the current number, or we take the number from the board ij which is in the character form, and now we'll check for the element, not for the dot sign or the other character. So check for like current character is not equal to the dot, and now we do our iteration or logic. So what we are going to perform, we just check if the element it is present in the cell is a valid. So we just do the iteration for the other element. If it is not a valid cell element, then if it is repeating in the another cell, that means it is not a valid. So we just check like if our current element, we write the function for check the validation part, because we have to check the whole row and the whole column and the subgrid for every element that is present. So we just we will make another function is valid. So in the valid function we are going to pass board, and we pass the row and the column and the current character that we have. And now if it is false, like it is not a valid number that is like present in this matrix, we are going to return false, and for this we are checking the whole row. So while checking the whole row, it is possible that we find the same element, because we are traversing from the 0 to the 8th index. So that's why we have to make this element as another character, so that we can check the whole row and the whole column without including that same character. So for that we just make that character like any symbol, like I'll make it as dot, and after checking the whole row and the whole column and the subgrid, we just make that element back to the normal, that is if it is like valid. So I and j, we're going to make this as the current. Okay, while when it's completing finish, when the is valid function is completely finished with the true, like it is a valid number that is not repeating in our cell, in the row or the column or the subgrid, then we make the character with the same as we taken out. So this is the backtracking part. So this is the function, and we have taken, and if all the element that is present in the matrix are like valid, so we just return true for the all the cell elements. Now we just need to make our valid function. So it is a boolean function, so we have to make return type as boolean. Now we make is valid function, and we are going to pass our character board. Character board is a 2D board, so we have to create this array, and now we have int row, and we have int column, and we have character we can say num or anything current. So now what we're going to check, we're going to check the whole row. For the whole row, what we're going to do, we just write a for loop int I is equals to 0 and int it will go until 9 and I plus plus, and now we are going to check the whole row. For whole row we going to do like board of, we going to check the whole row, so our row is constant, and the column is like increasing, so we pass j and check if our row containing that number, then we return false. So with this method we will check the row having the element that we are going to search, and also we have to check for the column. So for column, our row is like moving and the column is fixed, so we pass the I here, so we have to pass I here. Okay, and now what we going to do, we just need to check for the subgrid. For the subgrid part, we can take like this is 9 by 9 matrix. For any element we need to find the like row and column, we just divide it by 3 and multiply it by 3 so that we can find the starting row and the column. So for starting row, we just divided the row by 3 and multiply it by 3 so that we can find the starting row for like this and this. Okay, so by this we can find the starting row and the starting column, and for the column we have to divide it by 3 and multiply it by 3, and we are going to travel for the subgrid. So for subgrid we have to travel from this one to this one to this one, then this one, then this one to last year. So for this we have to make a starting row. We have to start from our starting row and go until starting row plus 3 and I plus plus, and for the column we have to do for same like int j is equals to s column, and we going to until s column plus 3 and j plus plus. Now we also check for the same condition that we mention here, like if board of I comma j is containing our element that is already present in our matrix, we will return false, else we return true. And now we just run the function. It is wrong answer. Let me check why it is giving the wrong answer. Okay, we are going to travel from this to this, and we have if it is not, and we make this character this, and if it is not valid, and we just return false and make the character ij as our current. Okay, that we taken out from the matrix, and if it is okay, this part is like good, and here we are going to check for the row ij equals to num, we have to return false if it is not a valid cell, and ij board row is our fix that we are passing, and for the column we check okay. So for column we have to pass like this, okay, because row is our okay. Now we check, okay, now our code is accepted. Now we're going to submit it. Let's hope for the best, and yes, our code is 100% having 100% accuracy. So this is our code, and let's see you in the next video.